Character 1. Chen Sheng. Chen Sheng is a prominent figure in history, and although in the eyes of many, he may seem like just a lucky man with no outstanding talents. A closer look at his journey from leading a rebellion to proclaiming himself king in less than 2 years reveals that he was truly a remarkable exception in history. Although he is recorded in records of the grand historian by Sima Qian as part of a prestigious family, Chen Sheng was actually from a poor background. However, he was able to speak with great wisdom, saying things like, "How can a sparrow understand the ambition of a phoenix?" Or, "If your father is rich, do not forget me." For those with little formal education but great aspirations, being able to say something like, "A man of greatness should be like this," is already admirable, and they are considered people of exceptional talent. Chen Sheng's vision also astonished those around him. He could easily communicate with anyone, from the officials in the palace to the common people. His strategies were truly remarkable. During his rebellion, he used the trick of hiding books in the belly of a fish to gain the sympathy of the imprisoned. Later, he deceived powerful military figures like Ho Min to enhance his reputation, taking advantage of tensions between generals. He had Vo Quang provoke a general to make him angry and get whipped severely. Afterward, both of them seized the opportunity to kill this general and exploited the resentment of the noble families to declare a rebellion. Chen Sheng also demonstrated great intelligence in governing. After establishing the Trongso regime, he immediately set up government agencies and appointed officials. Not only did he send generals to fight, but he also appointed inspectors. The newly formed Trongso government ran smoothly, as if a seasoned official had implemented the procedures of an established dynasty. Chen Sheng seemed to suddenly appear out of nowhere, knowing everything and understanding every situation. His appearance changed the course of history, leaving people in awe of his extraordinary abilities. Character 2. Hu Guiping. The second character on the list is Hu Guiping, a legendary figure in the history of the Western Han Dynasty. Hu Guiping began fighting against the Xiongnu at the age of 18, and by the time he died at the age of 24, he had never tasted defeat. He was the son of a village girl and a princess, a legendary combination from the moment he was born. Although Hu Guiping was the son of a female slave, he could often appear in the imperial court and gained the special favor of Emperor Han Wu. His mother was Wei Xiu, and her sister, Wei Zifu, was a songstress in the court of Marquis Fengyang. When Emperor Han Wu traveled to Fengyang, Wei Zifu was introduced to him and won his favor, eventually becoming his empress after 10 years. The beauty and favor of Wei Zifu brought prosperity to her family. Her brother, Wei Qing, later became the Grand General of Emperor Han Wu, and thanks to this connection, he quickly rose through the ranks. Meanwhile, Hu Guiping, despite being a child born out of wedlock, was often present in the imperial court, learning much from those around him and earning the affection of the emperor. At the age of 18, Hu Guiping was appointed as a general. After Wei Qing led the army north to fight the Xiongnu, Hu Guiping commanded a force of 800 soldiers. Advancing deep into Xiongnu territory, he defeated 2,000 enemies and captured a significant Xiongnu official. Following this battle, he was promoted to the rank of general and continued to lead campaigns against the Xiongnu. At the age of 20, Hu Guiping once again led the army to defeat the Xiongnu, killing nearly 10,000 enemies and capturing many of their commanders. By the age of 22, he commanded 50,000 troops, attacking the Xiongnu homeland, annihilating over 70,000 enemies, and capturing several important figures. Hu Guiping even pursued the Xiongnu army to the western frontier, showcasing his exceptional leadership and strategic prowess. Despite his young age, Hu Guiping had already achieved remarkable feats. At 18, he was granted a marquisate. At 20, he led the army to defeat the Xiongnu, and by 22, he had attained the rank of military king. These accomplishments made him one of the most exceptional historical figures, with extraordinary achievements that few could rival. Hu Guiping life was full of extraordinary feats. He surpassed his era, not only in his conduct but also in his ways of working. Character 3, Wang Mang. In the first year of the Yuanxi era, when Emperor Wang Mang implemented a series of major reforms, it was oddly timed with the first year of the Common Era. After rising to power, Wang Mang carried out three major policies: land reform, nationalization of the military, and the abolition of slavery. If these policies had been implemented in the 20th century, they would have seemed unremarkable, as they were widely adopted in modern times. However, over 1.900 years ago, these reforms were quite sudden and caused great disruption. Additionally, Wang Mang invented a measuring instrument similar to the modern vernier caliper, which predates the French version by over 1.700 years. These coincidences have led many to regard him as one of the time travelers in history. Character 4, Liu Xiu. Liu Xiu had a brilliant and legendary life. He was the great-grandson of Emperor Gaozu of Han, Liu Bang. Although he was a descendant of the royal family, Liu Xiu belonged to a distant branch of the family. After his father, Liu Jin, passed away, Liu Xiu, at the age of 9, lost his family and became an adopted son of his uncle, Liu Liang, living as an ordinary person. As he grew up, Liu Xiu witnessed the fall of the Han Dynasty when Wang Mang seized power. Wang Mang's reforms caused widespread dissatisfaction among the people and the powerful families, leading to the fragmentation of the country. Liu Xiu, along with his brother Liu Dui, started a rebellion. Their army, combined with young men from Nanyang, was called the Chongling Army. Initially, their army was small and poorly equipped, and Liu Xiu had to ride a bull to the battlefield. After fierce battles and a victory at Xianyi, Liu Xiu was able to acquire war horses. In 23 AD, Liu Xiu was chosen as the emperor of the Eastern Han Dynasty, marking the beginning of a glorious reign after overthrowing Wang Mang's government. Although the Liu families in Nanyang were not pleased, Liu Xiu had to endure due to the great power of his opponents. However, when the Liumu army attacked Chang'an, Liu Xiu's brother, Liu Dian, was killed by Emperor Gengshi. This was a great shock to Liu Xiu, but he endured the grief, suppressed his pain, and avoided suspicion from Emperor Gengshi. Liu Xiu took the initiative to meet with Emperor Gengshi to apologize, possibly to console him. Afterward, Emperor Gengshi appointed him as the Marquis of Wuxin. Liu Xiu later married a woman regarded as one of the most virtuous wives in history. However, he was still sidelined from the inner circle of the Western Han Dynasty and was sent by Emperor Gengshi to Hebei, where there were powerful theater groups. Yet, this became a turning point in his life. There, Liu Xiu attracted many talented civil officials and military generals, further strengthening his power. He also married Princess Guoshangtong, the granddaughter of Liu Ding, the king of Western Han. Through this connection, Liu Xiu gained 100,000 troops and a strong military-political alliance. With a powerful army and strong support, Liu Xiu quickly solidified his power in Hebei. He suddenly attacked the province, defeating the army of Sun Ma, which was in chaos. In a short time, he annihilated hundreds of thousands of soldiers and captured the third-largest power of the era. While the Red Mai army and the Liumu army were engaged in fierce battles at Guangzhou, Liu Xiu chose to secure the gateway to Zhongyuan, simultaneously defeating over 100,000 enemy troops, and successfully took control of Guangzhou and Zhongyuan. Character 5, Ban Chao. Ban Chao was born into a family of historians, with his parents and siblings being well-known historians. However, he chose a different path, abandoning the study of literature to enter the military. His legendary life began when he traveled to the western regions, where he took on his challenging mission. Ban Chao participated in the campaign against the Xiongnu alongside the Grand General and later was assigned the task of becoming an envoy to the western regions. He served as a diplomat in the western regions for over 30 years. During this time, the situation in the western regions was highly complex and dangerous. But Ban Chao seemed almost magical. He led a force of 36 men across the entire western region, meeting with various nations and maintaining the strong influence of the Eastern Han Dynasty in the area. Ban Chao used clever diplomatic strategies to make the tiger swallow the wolf. He maintained the connection between the Eastern Han Dynasty and the western regions through very intelligent strategies. Notably, during a battle to assist So Kui in resisting the army of So Lu, Ban Chao became famous and was highly respected throughout the western regions. His prominence was such that even those in the Guisong Empire in Central Asia sent envoys to establish contact with him. Later, Guisong sent a 70,000 strong army to attack the western regions. But Ban Chao gathered a powerful army from the western regions and defeated Guisong's forces, forcing them to establish peaceful relations with the Han Dynasty. For his achievements, Ban Chao was appointed as the protector of the western regions. He continued to intervene in the internal affairs of western region nations, killing the king of Yen Kai and installing a new ruler, thus stabilizing the region. According to historical records, Ban Chao, with just a team of 36 men, ruled the western regions for 31 years, conquering and bringing 55 countries under control, making the entire region a part of China. He is regarded as one of the most extraordinary figures in history, with remarkable accomplishments. Character 6. Chu Yuanchang. Chu Yuanchang was the poorest-born emperor in Chinese history, compared to other emperors like Liu Bang, Liu Xiu, and Liu Bei, who were at least from noble families. Chu Yuanchang came from a long line of poor farmers. When the Yuan dynasty collapsed, China faced continuous disasters, and in this difficult situation, Chu Yuanchang had to do various jobs to survive, even working as a monk and beggar. By the end of the Yuan period, ethnic and social tensions had risen, causing the poor farmers to rise up in rebellion. Chu Yuanchang joined the Red Turban Army under the leadership of Guizixing. Thanks to his outstanding military talent, cleverness, and courage, he quickly earned Guizixing's trust and favor. With excellent leadership skills, Chu Yuanchang attracted many talented individuals, and soon his strategic capabilities became evident, allowing him to rise significantly. He married one of the talented women in the Red Turban Army, and later, he established his own force in Chuzhou with only 20 men. From there, he began his journey to build his empire. As the Yuan forces weakened, Chu Yuanchang took control of the city of Jinling, now Nanjing, paving the way for the establishment of the Ming dynasty. This marked the beginning of a legendary life. Chu Yuanchang seemed to always find opportunities in any circumstance. With the Han Tong government in the north under the leadership of Han Lingni, which hindered the Yuan forces, they could not attack directly. At this time, Chu Yuanchang only needed to expand his territory and strengthen his power. He then gradually defeated stronger opponents like Chun Yuliang and Zhang Shiqing, gained fame in Sichuan, and successfully unified the south. Following this, he led a northern campaign, facing no defeats, and ultimately established a unified dynasty. Chu Yuanchang successfully drove the Yuan emperor back to the steppes. From the time he initiated his uprising to the moment he unified the empire, it only took him 15 years. With his strategic talent and ability to predict his enemies' moves, he built a strong empire. Additionally, Chu Yuanchang's life was filled with unusual traits compared to other emperors. He was extremely diligent in his work, personally handling political issues and spending hours each day reading and signing documents. However, he lived to nearly 70 years old, which was quite remarkable compared to other emperors. With such great achievements, he truly deserves to be called a superhuman.